also known as Teddy Bear Stamping. Today I'm going to share with you a stamp or two cards that use Way to Goat. I have a blog post coming out around 4:30 today, I think, which will give you all everything I used, all the measurements, everything that I'm using. And today, and I will be repeating this later, is free shipping through Stampin' Up. So on my blog is my link to shop with me, and I hope that you do. So this is pretty fun. Hey, Pat. So yes, we are going to make two cards with this. One is interactive and the other one uses the blending brushes. So let me show you the very first one because I just think it's so cute. So this uses the Whirl. What is it? Oh, my brain just went dead. Give it a whirl. That's it. All right. So it says, "Happy birthday, yo goat." And then you just turn this and it says, "I got you a cake." And then, "But I ate it." So I think it's so cute. It makes me chuckle every time I see it. So hopefully you will like it too. It's simpler than I thought it would be. I did have to watch a video on YouTube just to make sure that I understood the mechanisms. But it should be fun for us to work on together. So I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping first, since I'm waiting for people to show up, I guess. And I have my sheet. Where did I? Oh, it's right here. Nope. Okay, I had a piece of white ready to go. I probably stuck something on top of it. See, this is why everything should be right in front of you when you're ready. Okay. Goodness. All right, so I am going to go ahead and grab me a piece. Oh, nope, here it is. Got it. It's right there. It was under everything. So we're going to go ahead and do the goat that has the flower in his mouth because I like that one. So we're going to go ahead and put Memento Black on here. And then I'm going to stamp him. And then we're also doing 3 of the cans. And I think these are really cute. So I'm going to put those here too. Make sure, move this up a little bit. I'm just going to have them in a line. We're going to cut them out. We are fussy cutting them. So hopefully this won't be hard. All right. So I wanted to use the Smoky Slate as his colors. And then for his antlers, or I guess horns, those really aren't antlers, horns, I'm using bronze. And so I'm going to go ahead and do his horns first. I like this bronze blend because it's just such a nice color. All right, so then I'm going to come in with my dark Smoky Slate and just do where I think it will be a little bit darker along the lines that are already there. I think this would do a shadow. All the places where he's got his fur. And just along his side here. And then I will fill it in. And right here on his legs where you have the extra shading. Now, of course, I want to do his hooves in the darker because I think that they would have darker hooves. I don't know. And then do a light on everything that is here. And I am doing circular around where the dark is to kind of get it to blend a little bit. Okay, and then we're just going to keep following along his body. I probably should use I don't think hold on, I have another one that's maybe a little bit, this one was a little dry. There we go, that's much better. So I'm not going on my trip until the end of July. I know that I kind of inferred that I'm going soon, but I'm not. I've just been stressing on how I'm going to keep my videos going because I don't want to stop. So what I'm doing is doing everything ahead of time for those 6 weeks. And then I will come back and start up again. I really enjoyed talking to everybody, and I hope you guys like it too. Kind of fun to get things done ahead of time and then sit on it though for a while. I want to share it right away, but it's can't do that because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so then I am going to go ahead and use the dark for the can, and I'm just going to do it here where I think that would be really dark and along the edges because that's where the artist put, and on the lid where there's little swoop there. So I'm just going to do each one. And then this will give it a little bit of dimension because it will make it look like it, whoops, I forgot that one. It will make it look like it's really round. All right. I don't know whether you guys have heard from me in the past on my favorite color is gray. So I really love this color. I don't know why, because really, literally, gray is not a color, but I like it. It's like black and white. It's kind of neutral. You can't really say it's a color, but I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so now we have that. And then I want to bring in a blue for the flower because I think blue makes it pop. And then I'm using a light old olive for the leaves. So when you come in, make sure you make a comment so you can be put in the drawing and get one of the cards of your choice that I'm making today, which is a lot of fun. So, all right, so I've already cut these out, but I wanted to show you how the dies work in this set because that will explain a lot. All right, so it comes with quite a few dies. So you have all of these, and what you need is this for the base, and I think you always need this, and you always need this. I mean, not always. If you're going to do something that's not give it a whirl, then you don't need it. All right, so this is what you cut out separately, and then when you go to do your die cutting, you can put this here, like right where this circle is, and make sure it's even, and then you run it through. Or you can use one of the other ones that has the circle. Now, of course, you can do any place for the circle. You can have it go under or any of the things. It doesn't matter. Wherever you put it, this is going to work. All right, so you have a circle, you have a heart, and you have things that you can cover up. Like if you do this circle, then you have this one that will go over the front that will cover up your hole to make it look prettier. So that's how it works. And then you have lots of things. I'm not sure yet what this does, but I'm sure that I will find out. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back so that I can continue on. And of course I did, well, not of course, you don't know. Oh, here's another one that you can do this. So you just, cut out 3 clouds. So let's get this all put aside for now. And then I will show you what I've cut out. So what's nice is that they also have a little die that has a little arrow, which you need because then people know that they have to use that mechanism. I cut out 3 clouds, and then the best thing to do is, I forgot to mention it, so make sure that you do this, is cut this circle out regardless of what shape you're going to have. Just cut it out on its own so you have a little circle. So that's important. Hey Lola. Hi Angel. How are you guys? So let me show the card again since you guys missed it so you know what I'm doing. I've got this Whirl, and it says on here, happy birthday, you old goat, which I love that saying. And then I got you a cake, but I ate it. So I've already stamped him and colored him and the 3 cans. I did not fussy cut them out in front of you. I did them on the side so that we have those because I didn't want to take the time for that too. And I have all 3 cans right here. Thanks, Lola. I knew you'd like it. So, all right, then we have the piece that I cut with the main die. And I have this. Now, I'm not sure if you can tell. You can a little bit. Do you see the little V's here? That's how you will know the 3 panels. And depending on which circle you're using or what one, like if you're using the heart, you're going to want to put it here. Well, not put it here before you start to kind of give you an idea of where the hole's going to be. So then that way you make sure your words are going to fit in there. And then you just move it to the next one and then have it do that. All right. That is how that works. So we're going to go ahead and put it together. I do have a piece of white here that's going to be for the next card. It was a piece of the ink, but I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to put a rhinestone over it. So I didn't want to have to cut it out again. So here is what we need to do for this is, whoops. Okay, so you're going to put your circle on the back or on, it doesn't really matter which side, and kind of get it in the middle and then hold it for a second and then bring in a mat and punch this hole. That just will help us put everything together and have it move better. All right, so we are going to get a brad, which I love that Stampin' Up! Has brads now. So here are the brads, and I'm going to go ahead and use a big one because I want to make sure that it won't fall through the hole or anything. So we're going to put these 2 together, and I'm going to put the brad in. But when you go to close it on the back, make sure that you do not close it, like don't make it be super tight. You want it to move. So I am going to close this, but leave it really kind of loose so that it can move on the front. See how it's got movement. All right, so I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to come in and put 2 dimensionals on this circle on both sides of the brad. Okay, so then we go ahead and take the brads off. Put this on here so that we know exactly where our window's going to go. And you just line it up with those V's that showed up earlier. And you make sure that this is over here. All right, so I'm making sure it's straight. Then I'm coming in with my base. I don't have any adhesive on this blue piece. It's just there to show me where to put this. So I am just going to put this in the middle, and before I put it down, I want to make sure I have it somewhat centered. And then now we have this down. And now this moves really, really. You could play spin the wheel, and see what people like. you wanted, you could have it say yes, no, maybe, and then they have to do it. Okay, so that was the big thing there. So I'm going to go ahead and you're going to put, I have my dot right there, 4 dimensionals on the sides, just in the corners. You don't need any more, and this just makes it to where it holds it up a little bit so your mechanism does not get squished. Okay, so we're going to take those off. This is much easier than I thought it would be. And I am not going on my trip until, and I know I've already said it, but I just want to make sure you that are here until the end of July. So now I'm just going to line it up again, making sure that I have it in that window that I had up here. Okay, and then now they are stuck, and this is like this. Now, I could have stamped this before, which I probably should have, but let's see how I do without it being in the way. All right, first, got a little carried away. All right, so I'm happy birthday, yo, goat. This might be better because then I know for sure where I'm putting it. There you go. And then let's move it. And then we want it to say, I got you a cake. Sorry, I still chuckle. And then, yeah, I like this much easier. It's so much easier to line up this way. All right, but I'm trying to find, but I ate it. But I ate it. There, that worked out perfect. Okay, now if you notice on here, there is a line and you do see this circle. Now, it was meant to be where you put your brad through here, but I don't want a brad on the front of my card. So I did it on the back of, under here so that I can still have the front to decorate how I want. So I cut out 3 clouds. And I'm going to go ahead and put those here. Make sure that when I do, that I don't go over any of my words. And I do like it to kind of go over the hole, over, where it pops out, because I think that's really pretty. All right, so I'm going to do it here. Let's go here, and then we'll have the other one covered. And I like that it goes over the blue. Okay, then I'm going to do this cloud. And that's going to go, look at how good that covers that up. Right here. And then I want one up here in the corner. Kind of hanging over. So we have that. Now we have our goat that I stamped. Isn't he cute? And I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of him so he stands out. And if you guys don't mind, please hit the like button so that hopefully my video gets higher up on the search engines. Because I work so hard, I'd like to have somebody see it on the side, All right, so I'm putting a couple of the minis here. And then I might put half of one on his legs, just so that they stick down. So a mini sometimes is not mini enough, so I cut them in half. All right. Okay. So I'm going to take the backs off. Well, this is why I always stick it down so it won't pull up when I go to take the back off. I love this card. Now I'm trying to think of what else can I put in there. What you do is you can take your dies and cut a template on a card to see. Like you could do it on this right here and have one be this size and one be the circle, one be the rectangle. You just do it so that you'll know, and you can go to your catalog or your stamp sets and hold it over. Really cool. All right, so I am going to use glue dots for this one because it's too small for me to use something else. Hey, Mary. So glad you could come. Wish you could get here in person. That would be so awesome. I know. Well, I miss everybody. I haven't been out much since COVID. So we're going to put that there. I am having an in-person Christmas in July class. It's my first, and we're going to be at the senior center. It's going to be fun. All right, so I'm just going to make this one look like it tipped over, and then do this. Hey, Gail. Glad you could make it. By the way, I hate that you're working this summer. I want to spend time with you. All right. And then maybe you won't be falling downstairs. All right, now I'm using the holiday gemstones or the rhinestones because it's got the Night of Navy or the dark blue on here, and I just want, I think these, oh yeah, I was going to do that. I almost forgot I had to cover that up. So let's do that. And then a couple over here to kind of fill in this bare space that I have. And then one in the corner. And then we'll do the inside. Isn't that the cutest? Love it. Okay. So now for the inside, got my white piece. And I am going to do the dancing. I think that's what he's doing. Dancing goat. Because he's happy that he's coming to the party. Or he's happy that he ate the cake. I'm not sure. I'm all over eating the cake. All right, and then we are going to take this and put it underneath him like he's jumping and all right. Let's move everything. All right, so this one I am not going to color because I wanted to show you a different way of doing it to where you don't have to use a bunch of the blends. You can just fill it in and you still get the idea of what you want, but nothing drastic, I guess. All right, so, and then I'm going to come in on the sides just to kind of do that. So we have the hint of his color. This is all in the light. I do want his hooves to be colored. Okay. So you just go with the artist's lines. All right. Then I'm going to come in with the color lifter and just go over it. So it really kind of makes it look less, makes it look softer. That's what I wanted to say. I just love this technique. Just really makes it look cute. And you can do this with any color. All right, look at that. So we got him on the thing, and then I am using a stamp set from Mini Messages. Now, normally it comes in one sheet of rubber, but I cut them all apart. I do have one that's totally full because the dies come in a full one, but I wanted to be able to use these singularly. That's a word. So I have this one, and it says, hoping your day is full of love, laughter, and joy. But I want it to be more fun. So I'm just going to manipulate the stamp and push it down. So hopefully it will hold its position and ink it up and then put it up here. Oh, that your day, it did not come out as good, but you can always come in with your, well, let me grab it real quick. I have a black marker that I can just hopefully really lightly fill that in. Okay, so you're going to put this on the inside. And then we're done with card number 1. See, that's much easier than you thought, huh? Well, I meant it. See, here's another piece of the white. Oh, well. Whoever gets this isn't going to pay attention to that, I hope. Isn't that the cutest? Okay, so card 1, done. Check. All right, so card 2 is this one. He is on top of the mountain and dancing a jig. All right, so you know I like to use blend. I like to use the blending brushes. So I have 3 pieces of white. 2 are the same size, so I know that these 2 I'm not going to use because one's for the inside and one's for the background of this. So I'm going to put those aside so I don't get them confused. Then I'm going to come in. I'm going to put a sheet down here. I am going to take the dancing. Oh, first let me show you what I do because it's pretty cool. You know I like my my labeling tape. So I tear off 3 pieces. Well, really just 2. And I lay them on our mat here that doesn't let anything, like no sticky will stick to it, but it really works nice. So I make sure that this is down right here. Then I lift this up and then I am going to come in and tear and make it look very jaggedy, a little mountain. But we're going to need this piece and I'll show you why. So we're going to bring in my sheet and I'm going to put this aside for now. And I want to kind of see where I want my goat. So I'm just going to set this here. I'm not pushing down on him. Let me get my goat and my ink. And I want him to be about right here because I want him to be covered up. Okay. Then what you do is you stamp him on this and cut him out, which I've already done because I don't want to have to do that again if I can help it. And just look at, there it is. So I have that right here. And you can already tell that I've colored over him once, but you just put this over your goat so it covers your whole stamped piece. Push it down, then bring this in and put it right here on the bottom so that it looks like it's continuing from, well, let's make sure. All right, so now we have both of those masked. Okay, so I'm going to come in because I want to have it look like a nighttime. And I am going to, now normally I would do this part first and then do, but I'm going to try it different this time and then do the ground after, or I do the ground first and then do the sky, but I think I'm going to see if I can make it work better this way. It's always trying stuff new. All right, so you just take a little bit off so it's not so dark and just go across, and you can see all my swirls, but it's okay because we are going to keep going. So you want it kind of dark because we're going to put stars in the sky and you want to make sure that your stars show up. That's where the white ink comes from. So at first you're not pushing very hard and then you are. Okay, I'm going to go one more time, maybe. I always say one and then I go more. I want it to be somewhat dark, but then I want it to kind of look like the night is falling. So I'm just going to come in on the edges and make that darker. Whoops. So today is free shipping, guys. So if you could look on my blog, which is teddybearstamping.com. I have all the stuff for this card on there, but I also have the link if you want to place an order. And then that way you can put it on a host code, which will help me be able to afford to send out catalogs and mail stuff to everybody when people win. All right, so I just have it somewhat going that way. Then I'm going to come in with a sponge and make it just a little darker on those edges. Hopefully I haven't ruined anything by doing the ground last, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over so that we have a free thing. All right, so I'm going to take this part off, but not the, I'm leaving the goat where he's at. Try not to touch where the white is. And then come in with this part and try to match it up. And hopefully I won't have too much white. Okay, so I'm going to close this up. How's everybody's week been? You're all being so quiet. All right. I'm going to come in with soft suede and do the mountain. And he's still covered up, so he's not going to end up having anything on him. I have that one spot I don't like. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with the one that I used before in the black. Let me get most of the black off, clean it. Okay, and then I'm going to add some like footholds or whatever you want to call it for him. And we're just going to have that going around. Maybe one up here and here. Okay, so now we're going to take this off. See, we do have white. So I'm going to put this back on and do the, I'm going to tear just a teeny tiny around so I can get the blue on. I could probably just go over it, but I'm just going to try this way. I know it seems a lot of effort, but it's so pretty when you're done. Oh, and I don't know that you know, on the my blog, I also have the link to getting the this tape. So if you haven't gotten it and you want to know where it's at, then you can find it. Okay, I am not sure this is going to work. I could have used scissors, I guess. All right, let's see. Let's see. What I might do is just put it in pieces and then come back. Let me close this because I will do that. Try to get in here without getting it on the one spot. All right, let's, oh, that looks better. Let's see, my thing was very close. Could just look like it's dirty, right? All right. That's pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to take off the mask for our goat. Oh my gosh, isn't he cute? All right. Then we're going to color him, but this time with crumb cake. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Not crumb cake. Nope. Did I use soft suede? Oh, I think I used soft suede and crumb cake to really have it be a different darkness. And to use this as his hoofs, so they're dark. Let's see. Okay. This is crumb cake. He's just having too much fun up on this mountain. Okay, then I'm going to use the bronze for his horns. Just because that's a little darker. Maybe put the bronze on his paw. I was going to say paws. On his hooves. There we go. All right, so we have that. So now we just want to splatter him with stars. And I'm going to bring back in this. And let's see, can you see that? All right. And then I'm going to bring my white craft ink right here and just make a little, doesn't have to be a lot because we're not going to use a ton. And then I have our water painter. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hold on, this one's too big. I know I have it here because I had them all ready. There it is. Okay. You want one with a more of a tip. So I'm going to make this leak out a lot, like make the brush tip really wet. And then I'm going to put a little bit of water in the white ink. Okay, now this is what I should have done before. I have a box. Let's see, can you see that? All right, so now I should have kept him covered too. Woo. All right, oh man, hold on. I'm going to cover him up real fast because I don't want him to get splatter and then it'll look silly. All right, see, cover him up and then I'm going to cover this up just to make sure that doesn't get it. I know I didn't do it the best, but you get the picture. All right, so now let's make sure this is wet. So I'm going to put it in here again, get it on my brush, and then I'm going to just tap the brush. Do you see how it's getting on there? Isn't that cool? Depending on how much you want, but I got this all over my computer yesterday. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. All right. So you have to let this sit. So luckily, I have another one that I have all ready because I didn't want to sit here and try to wait on it. And I haven't colored him. Gosh darn it. All right, we're going to do that again. It's okay. Okay, we'll just do it fast. Okay. So the stars, you can put Wink of Stella on if you want to make it to look sparkly, but I'm going to add rhinestones because a card without bling is just not as good, I don't think. All right. Whoops, I went off the lines. Okay, let's use the other end. So keep in mind for who's here on which card you want so that you can be prepared to pick. Okay. So he really needs to have the bronze on his horns and his hooves. Okay. I think on my other one, I made it a little less done where he was white and brown, which I kind of like, but I didn't do that this time. All right, so that's all done. And now I just have to do a sentiment, which I have a strip of white right here. And I wanted to say just, oh, that's so funny. Just wanted to say, okay. And I'm going to use the memento. I could use the dark or the blue, and that would be fine too. Let's see if I can get this in the middle. Close. Okay. Then I'm going to trim this. Hey, Joy. Glad you could make it. All right, so I'm just going to do this. And then I want this just to go straight on the side. Okay, and then we're going to back it up with that white piece. So this is going to really make it more, it'll make it pop. And I don't use white as backgrounds as a layer very often, but I really like how it looks. Okay, just got to get it straight. There we go. Okay, and then we have a piece of Night of Navy, and here's white from last time. Or no, it's this time, it was still wet. So you definitely want a box. Oh, look at all that. Still wasn't all the way dry, but that's okay. All right. Now I want my stars to really shimmer. So I'm going to bring in my diamonds, my rhinestones, and I'm just going to use small ones. And I'm just going to sprinkle them on the card. Because I think they are so pretty. I'll probably use 5, but you can use as many as you want or as little. All right, let's go there. Isn't that cute? I love it. All right, so now for the inside, all I am doing is stamping on here to say from that mini messages is, here we go, hooray, it's your birthday. And I'm going to use Night of Navy just to make it go with the card. And you can add something to it if you want. I'm just not going to do that right now. I don't know what, because I don't know what would go with a goat. We already said about the birthday cake. All right. So that's it on this. Don't forget today is free shipping. And you get if you order $50, you get free shipping. If you order 35 or more, you get the fixins for these cards. And I would do all this die cutting for you, and this and the circle. All you would have to do is put it up, in, and whatever you want on the front with your sentiment. And you would get the fixins for this along with the diamonds. So yeah, you get a lot. So I'm hoping that you guys will take me up on that, and we'll see. All right. So Miss Pat, who is our winner today? We have two. Thanks, Angel, for saying you like it. I love it. And Gail, thanks. So Pat's going to do the drawing. She's got to get all the names in there, and then she'll say who is the winner. So let's show this one, because this one I like better because it's just white and brown. He kind of looks better up in the sky. But I can come in with a white chalk marker and fill that one in a little bit. So Angel and Mary, yay! So girls, do you know which cards you would like? Let's move this way. You can get the goat on the mountain, or the give it a whirl. So you can tell me here now, or you can send me a private message. No pressure. So yes, I'm going to be here again next Thursday. I hope you guys can make it again, because this is really fun. I really enjoy it. And I won't be going on my trip until the end of July. So I still got a great time to finish up here. So, okay, Angel, I will send you the whirl, give it a whirl. And Miss Mary, you can pick it too if you want. I don't mind giving them both away. If I really like it, I will make me another one. So just let me know, Mary, and I will see you guys next week, hopefully. And just set it on your calendar so you remember to pop in, and you may win a card. And I will send it out right away. Angel, you'll have to send me your address. My email is tedderbearstamping@gmail.com. So yeah, I'm easy to remember because Tedder Bear Stamping's on everything. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks.